Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the second Firefight Sixes match of the weekend. I am joined by the fearless compadre, Matador himself, who is actually will add some great perspective, I think, to this since he's the squad leader usually for the BR1 side. Matador, say hello.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Glad to be here. Yeah, I'm a comp team lead and the squad leader typically for the BR16.
Um, Also, I'm joined by my Christmas tree again and the Christmas critters behind me. So don't worry, Matador. I am not. I'm still on brand so far. I'm still on brand.
Okay,
Um,
you can't let them go anywhere. You started this now. You know.
I'm worried. I'm just like backed up into yeah, I'm just backed up now into unfortunately being pigeonholed into having this stuff behind me, but that's okay.
You might have to go buy a fake tree just to leave it behind you all year round now.
Well, luckily though, today, so we have IR.74 versus Ninth Sherwood Foresters, both capable teams. Ninth Sherwood, we've seen them and what they can do. IR.74, we have not yet, and they're playing on Sechalt. Sorry, not Sechalt, Freeze itself, which is a well, actually, we'll switch to the flyover cam quickly. You can see it's a dense, somewhat village map, but also some open areas as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how both teams react to that. Matador, what are your thoughts on Freeze itself, advantages, Germans v French, etc.?
Freeze is a tough one. We've done quite a few scrimmages on Freeze against Ninth Sherwood, so they know the map very well. Like you said, we don't know what IR.74 has been doing. We don't know what kind of training they've been going through. But I do know Ninth Sherwood knows the map very well. And, the windmill is going to be that key point. It's that middle point. It's the B point, the Bravo point. It gets you inside. It gets you advantage on height if you have somebody who's a good marksman with the rifles. Doesn't give you good clear sight line at A, which is the ruins kind of in the forest there by the burning building, but it does give you somewhat of a sight line coming from the back end of C, which is the red house.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be really interesting to see how each team decides to attack this point. I'm gonna hazard to guess that Sherwood's gonna split like we've seen in the past.
Yep, 100% agree. They're very good at splitting into groups of two or three. It was interesting. So when we last saw Ninth Sherwood play against BR1 a couple weeks ago, they originally started off with splitting into two different teams, going for different points, but then they realized they were a lot more effective with the mass moving as a group. So I'm curious what method they'll choose and such. So
it will be interesting to see what strategy Sherwood decides to go with. But I think the hardest and the most difficult part for a squad leader on this map is your rally placement.
Yep.
Because it is very open. Yeah, you have some buildings you can hide stuff in here and there, but if a bunch of people start, filing out of a building, it gives away where your rally's at.
Yeah.
A good rally point that I've always seen works for the French is that is a pond right on the edge of the pond. It makes it hard to see because you got an elevation change with the flag.
Mm-hmm.
And for Germans, I mean, really, you just got to kind of hide it behind the building.
Yeah.
For Germans, it's not fun trying to find a good spot. I think that was a big change when we're in Redstone. The devs decided to change things from just kind of a pack on the ground to the flag to mark the rallies.
That was a big change for sure. You can't just hide rallies anymore. They're obvious spawn points. They're a little bit harder. I mean, before rallies, I'm sure you're going to get into this, but rallies were able to be destroyed by going near them, and getting near them and destroying them that way. But now you actually have to either dig them down if you're a rifleman, you have a shovel in your inventory, or if you don't have a shovel, you just need to toss a grenade at it and destroy it. But it'll be it's all different. It's all changing. So I mean maybe in 2 weeks time we'll have rally points again. Who knows? But
I actually like the way that they did it now. I think with the proximity destruction taken away and having to dig it down or grenade it, it adds that. Yes, you can see where it's at, but it's harder to destroy it, right?
Yep.
Like you can't just send, hey, riflemen in my squad just run that direction.
Yeah.
Now that you actually, if you don't have a grenade, like you said, you have to spend the time digging down a rally, which gives the other team the ability to come and protect their spawn point, which is extremely valuable. Yesterday I wasn't playing, but I was watching with the BR1 PBS, the Power Bits match.
Yep.
And one of the big things if you were watching, that you would notice is that BR1 is rally hunting.
Yep.
And that's a big thing in this Firefight 6v6 is you got to rally hunt. You got to go out. You got to take your spawn points away. And PBS started doing it near the end, but they just didn't get it done.
Yep. It's that process too. I mean, going back to that, I mean, IR.74 hasn't played this style of game mode before, so they'll need to figure that out too. Figure out they need to rally hunt. I think it's going to be a baptism by fire, I guess is the best way to describe it. But PBS reacted really well. I mean, I think if they were given a second opportunity at playing that best of 3 with BR1, I think it would be a more closer match. Obviously I wouldn't know who's going to come out on top. But I think IR.74 is going to have some time to figure out. I mean, it's a best of 3, so if they drop the first, they'll be able to figure out how to win the second, the third.
Oh, definitely. I know our very first 6v6 against Sherwood was on this map, actually.
That's right.
And the first match, they steamrolled us. We had no idea what was going on. But then we came back and won the next 2 because we were able to adjust our strategy. So it'll be interesting to see how flexible IR.74 will be to how Sherwood is going to attack these points. Now, going back, quick review of yesterday, I will say that PBS's one-on-one skill bested BR1 80% of the time. They are excellent players. Yep. I think what's going to happen is that when they figure out the strategies, they're going to become an extremely tough team to beat.
Yep.
I think we're going to see them put up some good fights. Possibly even pick up some wins and see them in the finals. Yep. I think they're a strong contender once they get the strategies down. I'm hoping to see the same thing out of IR.74.
Yeah,
I would love to see all the teams be extremely competitive and it just be a fight to the end to see who makes it to the championship. I don't want to see a steamroll. I mean, as much as I'd love to see my boys just 2-0 everybody.
Unfortunately, you can't do that. Unfortunately, you can't. It's one of those sad parts.
And I don't think it's going to happen. I know Sherwood for a fact is going to put up a great fight against BR1.
Yeah.
That one honestly can go either way because every time we've played them, it's been close.
Yep.
I think the dark horse in this whole tournament is going to be the devs. Is going to be the Redstone Interactive team.
That's what I'm most worried about. I mean, I said this yesterday. I think that they're going to be the most dangerous. And it looks like we got 6 on IR.74. We were just waiting on them. So we're going to go ahead and flip the map and get ready, guys. It's going to be exciting. We're going to head into team intros, and then we're going to just rock Firefight 6's IR.74 versus 9th Sherwood. So see you guys in a little bit. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Firefight Sixes, we are jumping into the match between IR.74 and 9th Sherwood. Gonna hop into admin cam. 30 seconds until match start. 9th Sherwood already getting up a great rally right there. Spawn point right behind that house, very safe. And you can see they're all grouped up. Interesting enough, we talked about this in the pregame Matador. What do you think about that so far?
I mean, just watching the spawn speed of 9th Sherwood, they're ready to go. I'm going to say from where they're at, they're probably going to go B and A. They're probably going to go Ruins and Windmill. Here they go. Yep, that's where they're going. You see IR.74 is a little bit more spread out. Didn't get that good of a spawn wave in, so 9th Sherwood is definitely going to take the advantage here to begin with.
Yeah, this is definitely shows the training that's gone into big explosion there. The training that's gone into the 9th Sherwood's strategy. Looks like IR.74 is headed towards C right now, and a nice conflict is going to happen between C and B.
It also looks like we have 3 IR.74 flanking around A, going after Chicken Crafter right here. Let's see what happens if he can hold his own. They're in the blown out burning building over there by A, which actually provides really good cover. It's hard to see into there from A, from these ruins. And now they look like they're pushing Chicken. And Chicken's down. So it looks like IR.74 is going to start taking A.
Currently looks like as well, we have one IR.74 Musketeer, C Magnus going in. Floki taken down. Land Daddy's currently taking C. Loki on C as well with Land Daddy. And it looks like Magnus is going in, fighting in the windmill with Kaiser. IR.74 has done a decent job of responding so far and currently accumulating points as the French. They're at 20 so far.
Yeah, that was a great response by IR.74. They split into 2 teams of 3 and hit the flanks. They went for A and C, giving up B. But it looks like they have actually taken B now. So they are in control. Okay. But it'll be interesting to see what Sherwood does to come back from this.
Sherlock getting a nice couple melee kills, taking down the Germans at A so far. Sorry, the IR.74 at A. But IR.74 doing a good job cleaning out everyone around B. IR.74 still holds both B and C currently, and they're still accumulating points.
Looks like there's a nice firefight going on for B right now. Sherwood Foresters look like they just cleared it out. So it looks like Sherwood's going to be taking B here, and they're going to start accumulating points here shortly. Looks like Otto for IR.74 is going to try to get into the windmill, try to get into B and do a little bit of damage, but we'll see here. Big spawn wave by IR.74. It looks like they're Loki, Fistus, Hines. They're all going to be pushing the Bravo point now. They have a nice rally right here behind this house, which is one of the prime spots for a rally for the French.
Looks like right now, Floki doing a great job defending B, but looks like IR.74 managed to throw a grenade into B. Kaiser still holding down B by himself. Loki from IR.74 on the outside. 9th Sherwood having A and B. They're still accumulating, but Knapp getting some nice kills around A. Now he's going to run face-to-face with Sherlock. Their destinies are about to meet. Oh, they both trade.
Land Daddy. Yep, Land Daddy just...
He was going to clean it up.
Looking for a bayonet. Yeah, he looked like he was looking to clean it up.
Yeah, he was looking to clean it up. Look for that easy kill. But, luckily Sherlock softened him up a little bit. Floki.
Yep, Floki just cleared off any resistance over at C. Looks like he's going to be taking that. It looks like... Yep, there it is. Sherwood just took all 3. They're now accumulating as well. So Knapp and Hines are over here on the left side by the pond. Looks like they might be going to get Chicken Crafter. That's interesting. It looks like Sherwood has designated certain players to go to points, because I've seen Chicken Crafter at A the entire time.
It's interesting. I think that's very effective, and it shows right now as well. I mean, they're ahead 134 to 67. We didn't really talk about it too much, but the advantage definitely goes to the Germans on this map. they were able to choose which side they wanted, and they chose to do Germans. So it's interesting to see how they do as the French as well. Because right now, I mean, IR.74 did a great job, at least at the beginning, of holding down the first few points.
So right now, if with Floki and Fistus, something that is showing the strategy is you have Fistus was going for a kill instead of falling back and taking C. There was nobody on C. He decided to move to that middle ground between B and C and try to take out the kill. Where the better strategy in this competitive style gameplay would have been to go around the building and to try to capture that. Slow down that point accumulation that's going on. So we do have a flanking maneuver going with Magnus and Nap going to A, which is currently has no Sherwood Foresters on it.
I want to point out too, Lande just took down the IR.74 rally and is getting some nice kills over here, right behind Hines himself. Gets a melee kill, takes down Hines with the rifle.
Well, right now, the IR.74 was accumulating points, but it looks like Sherwood was able to capture C again and stop that accumulation.
213 to 73. The magic number, as we have sort of figured out, is around 600. So over a third of the way there for 9th Sherwood. 9th Sherwood is in the blue. IR.74 is in the red. 14 minutes to go. So far, it's just been, I feel like, been all 9th Sherwood's ball game right now.
It really is. And what I have noticed is after that rally went down, we have not had another rally placed by IR.74. They need to get something up somewhere so they're not spawning back at their main spawn point, which kind of keyholes them into going after A since it is on that left flank. We do have Loki over here sneaking into C. Let's see if he gets under cover to capture that point. Big firefight over at A, but it looks like Chicken and Madagascar have cleaned that up.
Got Hines, nice too, doing a great job taking down Sherlock, but looks like Chicken Crafter just took down Hines himself as well. Looks like on C, just IR.74 fighting tooth and nail for it. Floki on the outside, Otto and Magnus on the inside. Floki throws a giant grenade. Kills Magnus. Yep, just cleared it out, but Magnus is still alive somehow. He charges out, running away. Floki, the master of the pistol right now.
Yeah, it looks like IR.74 starting to kind of break into teams. Nap and Loki going to A, Hines going up the middle to B, Magnus and Otto going to C, and Fistus looking like he's going to drive middle with Hines. So we will see how this works out for him. Sherlock trying to take down Fistus there. And going back to what you said earlier, the advantage here, the largest advantage that I can figure out, it's not so much the rifles. They're both pretty good rifles.
Yep.
It's your squad leader pistols.
Yep.
The French revolver is just not up to par to the Luger.
You love the French revolvers. You love it. I know you do, Matador.
It is my favorite. You know, 5 shots, and then you know the Luger has a few more, and the rapid fire and reload from the Luger really gives you a great advantage there. It looks like IR.74 got another rally down in the same location. We'll see how that works out for him. We'll see if Land Daddy spots that and goes back to the same spot.
I was going to say that's extremely dangerous to put it in the same spot. You never know.
He is on it right now.
There you go. He knows already where it is. He saw that spawn wave come in, definitely went rally hunting, and 9th Sherwood's just owning the day right now. IR.74 currently is not rally hunting, which we talked about is one of those growing pains you realize you need just to always rally hunt. You need to be the one, you know, sort of roaming around. You need to have at least one person roaming around making a difference in the fight.
Yep, Sherlock and Floki are heading to C to take that out to control all 3. It looks like Hines is hanging out in the top of the windmill. And the interesting thing about this Bravo point is it's only the 1st and 2nd floor that can actually capture the point. So you can leave somebody on that 3rd floor and watch the stairs and not worry about them trying to capture that point.
Yep.
So Hines, well, here goes Madagascar. Hines just took him out on the 3rd floor. Hines really kind of pigeonholed up there. He's not really a danger. So really, if Kaiser Martin wants to sit low and just let him come to him, that would be a great strategy there.
Looks like a lot of fighting happening over A currently.
IR-74 just took C. Loki just got in there and captured that alone. It looks like a majority of Sherwood is over at A. Another spawn wave coming in for Sherwood. Madagascar is heading to C with Loki as well. Madagascar, great rifle grenade, just took out Loki at C. So it
Great
looks like
shot right
Sherwood's
there.
Gonna recap that.
10 minutes to go. Sherwood's at 400. You know, Matador, what would you say IR-74 needs to do right now to turn around this match?
Right now, to turn it around, as much as I don't like getting your entire team together, this is a time where you get everybody spawned in, meet up, and you just have to roll the map. You have to go point to point to point. Right, so if I was them, I would get in, since their spawn right now is that main spawn. I would get in, I would take A, I would push B, and then I would push C. You got to put the pressure on Sherwood at this point. They have decent map control. They're leaving C open, and right now Magnus is going for it. But even if they capped at one point, it's not going to do anything. They have to push another point. And if it was me, I would be pushing A. It's more open. You can get grenades in there to try to clear it out. Bravo's just a really hard point to take.
Looks like Floki, too. Rally hunting dies in a pond. Poor guy. Land Daddy also taken out. Looks like Night Sherwood's getting a little bit aggressive, pushing really far in. Magnus holding down C by himself. You have Knap coming over here, running around with the French pistol, your favorite, towards B.
My favorite.
Kaiser Martin still holding down B. He's definitely not giving up his assignment. Looks like Knap's moving into B itself. Martin doesn't realize he's behind him though, and Knap takes him down, and Kaiser Martin falls to the window. But it looks like
this is something about map control right now. Land Daddy and Floki realized that C is open, and they went straight to it. So the biggest thing I'm realizing right here with IR-74 is even when they get a point, they're not able to control the map.
Yep.
From Sherwood's strategy right now. The way that Sherwood is spreading out and getting these rallies cut down has been extremely detrimental to IR-74's effort to try to control this map.
And how do you how do you describe map control, and how do you keep control of the map? I mean, what would you say your best strategies are for doing that?
In a 6v6, I think Sherwood's doing a great job with having Chicken Crafter, for example, always going to A, right?
Yep.
So you always have somebody at A. Even if they go down, they can call out that they're getting pushed. Really, map control in a 6v6 is controlling 2 points. You know, having your guys spread out so they're not sitting on the point where they can all get taken out by one grenade, and then taking out rallies. Rally is the biggest part of map control. You know, going back to yesterday with that PBS match, PBS had great map control at points, and you see them spread throughout the entire capture area, from A all the way to C. So if you can spread yourself out, you know, 2 per point or 1 per point, and 3 kind of running around rally hunting and engaging, that gives you fantastic map control.
Well said, Matt.
Sneaky rallies.
Well said, Matt. You gotta love the sneaky rallies. I mean, it's kind of you know, it's rat playing, or I forget how you say it. There's a specific term.
You're playing like a rat.
You're playing like a rat, but it's part of the game. It's part of the game.
So it looks like IR-74 is getting a nice push from the C side. You have Hines and Backer in this building right next to B. Hines on the roof, Backer inside. If you can see how they're doing this, what they did is they took C, and now they're starting to push across the map. It might be a little too late, but they're starting to regain this map control. We're at 573 to 104. IR-74 is now accumulating points. They have C and B. Let's see if they can hold them.
I think they're realizing too what they need to do to win. I mean, they just need to flank, push, and hopefully take down the rally. But I haven't seen IR-74 take down the rally once this time. And now you have a Night Sherwood push going to be currently.
Yeah, Sherlock Martin, Floki, and Madagascar all pushing into B. They just capped it. You know, I will say this. I've noticed a little bit from IR-74, a little bit of hesitation here and there. I don't know if that's because they have a game plan that's just falling apart, or they're just trying to figure out how to play this competitive 6v6. However, IR.74 is still accumulating points.
Oh yeah.
So they are putting the pressure on 9 Sherwood right now. They are holding A and C. But really, I mean, you know, I forget who the quote came from, but the quote of, you know, any battle plan falls apart when contact is made. It's something along those lines. And I think we might be seeing some of that from IR.74. Sherwood just cleared the map and took all 3 points. They're accumulating. They're almost to that 600-point mark. IR.74 right now, I think it's fighting for pride.
Yep, exactly.
I think they got to figure out the strategy, and right now is a really good time to kind of figure it out. I think, honestly, watching some of these 1v1s, I think they're pretty evenly matched. There's a lot of good gun skill. Oh, here's Land Daddy chasing down Hines. Land Daddy goes down. There's a lot of really good gunplay on IR.74 side. But what is detrimental to them is 9 Sherwood is working in teams of 2 most of the time. So even if the IR.74 player takes down 1, they're getting taken down by another 9 Sherwood.
Quick view right there too. Fistus in the blown out barn gets a spawn on him. He doesn't actually put a rally down, and it looks like they're starting to run around behind and cause some trouble. I think Knapp is actually looking for the rally itself, but I don't think like you said, it's not going to be enough, I think, for them, and you know, this round will go to 9 Sherwood in the best of 3.
What I do like to see, though, is IR.74 slightly adjusting their strategy. Fistus and Knapp going back, trying to find a route. They weren't able to find it, but the fact that they are starting to realize that they have to rally hunt, I think that's going to play a big part in this next round. That they're starting to figure it out. So, you know, maybe they're going to be able to take some rallies down. Now, again, like I said before, the Germans have the advantage, really, in this map. So we'll see what IR.74 can do with that advantage on this next round. Yeah,
I mean, if they are able to capitalize it and bring it on to a best of 3, I think the 3rd round will be extremely, extremely intense. But so far, hats off to 9 Sherwood for absolutely dominating this first round against IR.74. With 3.5 minutes to go, this round's all but locked up for 9 Sherwood.
It is, and right now, as I said earlier, it looks like IR.74 is fighting for pride right now. They were just accumulating points. Madagascar just stopped that by taking C. And I think one of the largest advantages that we've seen, besides the rallies on this round, was the initial spawn wave by 9 Sherwood. You know, they got in, they got a rally down, which never got taken down. So they've had that rally the entire game. The rally is centralized, so they have access to all 3 points. And, you know, IR.74 took a little bit more time to spawn. They didn't use their entire setup period to group up and start the push.
Exactly.
So we'll see if they change that at the start.
I think,
I would like to see it.
Yeah, I think the biggest improvements, like you said, just group up at the start and then do a better job rally hunting. I mean, that's it for me. Those are the 2 items for me that I have.
Sherlock. I'm right there with you. I think the gunplay on both sides is very even. The 1v1s have kind of been going 50-50. Chicken Crafter just took down Nap over at A in a nice little firefight. So we'll see. I agree. I think that initial push and the rally hunting and rally placement. You know, it seems like IR.74 squad leader has almost given up on placing rallies.
I mean, it's a strategy. It's a strategy. You know,
it definitely is, but it also, I mean, if you look right now, this is map control.
Oh, yeah.
You have 9 Sherwood kind of spread out along the front line in front of the points, not even allowing IR.74 to get near the points.
Yep.
Chicken Crafters got taken down. Loki's moving into A. Let's see if he can get this. But Kaiser Martin and Sherlock are moving up there. And we'll see what happens over here. And, yep, Kaiser Martin got Loki down. We have Hines back in the, looks like the 3rd floor of the windmill again.
Oh,
he
Hines
just takes down Land Daddy.
I love seeing their player name just fly everywhere. You just know that they just, like, the physics got all wonky and they're just flying all over the place inside.
Just got meleeed.
Yeah.
Backers taking C. Again, I think they're just fighting for pride at this point. And I like to see it. I like to see that they did not give up and they're still fighting hard. even though they've passed that point of no return.
Yep, exactly. Nine Sherwood, though, cleaning up the rest of the map. I mean, map control, huge. Rally placement, huge. I mean, the best part, too, about this tournament is looking ahead. I mean, seeing all these teams grow. I mean, technically, like, BR1 and Nine Sherwood, I mean, we've had 3 preseason matches, technically, just figuring out, obviously, the rules for this game and you know, playing with the boys. But now it's watching these other teams who are playing grow, like IR.74, PBS, and obviously the devs as well, and them figuring out strategies. So, you know, as the tournament goes on, they play each other and play other matches. It'll be great to see, you know, how they turn out. I mean, I'm definitely most excited for 9 Sherwood and BR1 later in the tournament, just to see, but it's going to be great. And so, first match goes to 9 Sherwood in this best of 3, so they currently are up 1-0, with the next match coming in 15 seconds. Going back to the face to camera, you know, I think we hit on all the topics that we wanted to. Essentially, it's all about map control, all about rally placement. Matador, I'm still laughing at your dog picture. Luckily the chat liked it too. So you know, apologies for those in the chat. We can't respond right away because you guys are on a little bit of a delay. All right, let's hop right back into round 2 of this match. Again, 9 Sherwood will be in the blue, and then IR.74 will be in the red. But this time, 9 Sherwood is switched to the French side, and then IR.74 are on the Germans.
Yeah, what I'm going to be looking for here immediately is to see how IR.74 is going to change. It looks like they have gotten all their players spawned in already. I mean, we're looking at 9 Sherwood. It looks like they're going to be pushing C and B. It looks like a majority of IR.74 is going to be pushing C and B as well. Each team has one player looking like they're going to push A. That's Floki for Sherwood and Knapp for
I think already IR.74. Yeah, I mean, they're already spawned in, ready to go. They're all headed towards C. Also, it looks like
it was a great grenade by 9 Sherwood.
I didn't even see that. That was a great shot, killing Magnus immediately. And then Loki and Fistus are fighting in the C house currently. Not sure who's going to come out of there alive. Looks like Loki wins.
It looks like Floki, instead of going to A, went right into the windmill at B. And Kaiser Martin just taking down Knapp and Hines, who are going to cap A.
That was some great shooting by Kaiser right there. A looks like the only one in IR.74's hands. 9 Sherwood has B and C, so that means that they're accumulating points so far in this match.
Nice spawn wave by IR.74. Trying to flank around, but we got Madagascar here in the woods to the right of C from my perspective. Here's Fistus going in.
I see a rally drop as well from IR.74 near C. I'm not sure if Madagascar is going to see that rally. Magnus getting a nice kill on Sherlock himself. Hines is going towards A in a meeting with Destiny with Floki. Does he get the kill? No.
Floki with there's that bayonet charge. I will say for rallies, IR.74, Land Daddy just took their rally down.
Already.
Looking here, 9 Sherwood has their rally exactly where IR.74's was. So we'll see how that plays out for him throughout the match.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it too is that's the French, I mean, like we talked about, have a sort of a worse lead up to these points than the Germans. The Germans are very well covered. They have the woods. They have multiple buildings where they can put rallies behind. But the French are, I mean, they really got this big longhouse, and I mean, everywhere else around them is open. So, I mean, they're extremely limited in what they can do. So we'll see if IR.74 gets smart and is like, okay, well, we should rally hunt now.
Yeah, we'll see if that progresses. I mean, really, the 2 rally spots for the French are going to be behind that longhouse and over by the pond. That's really all you have. You don't have the amount of buildings that IR.74 and the German side has right now. So it looks like Fistus and Sherlock are fighting over C. Fistus takes down Sherlock, starting to cap on C, but here comes Chicken Crafter. We will see if... And here comes Sherlock to avenge his death against Fistus. We'll see what happens over here. Throws a grenade. And
Ooh.
Sherlock takes down Fistus.
Gets him. Also, props to Madagascar. He was sniping from one of the windmill windows. Say that 5 times fast. Getting some nice shots and stopping IR-74 from taking little points. Knight Sherwood, as the French, normally at a disadvantage on this map, controlling all 3 points and over 100 points so far with 17 minutes to go in this best of 3.
Yeah, right now, Knight Sherwood has fantastic map control. They have 2 on B, 2 on C, and Floki was on A, but it looks like he is vacating his position, allowing Hines to sneak in behind him with Magnus and Knapp heading to A, and it looks like IR-74 with Loki and Fistus are on C. Here comes Sherlock into the building, and he takes down one, and he takes down both of them. Sherlock takes down both to hold down C. Hines and Knapp are taking A right now, but the map control by Knight Sherwood at this point is phenomenal.
He's not playing with the French revolver. I think he's playing with the Ruby, but still, I'm not a big fan of the Ruby itself. I mean, I think it's a sort of a rinky-dink pistol in my opinion compared to the 1911 or the Luger.
I would agree with you 100%. However, as a French squad lead, if you have to choose one of the two, I'm gonna take the Ruby.
Yeah.
Just because you're rate of fire.
Yep.
Looks like IR-74 is holding down A right now, making a push to C against Sherlock. Sherlock takes down one. Fistus is coming in behind him. Loki's coming in right behind him. Fistus just took down Sherlock. So looks like IR-74 is going to start. Oh, Loki just got taken down by a grenade. Looked like a rifle grenade from possibly.
Might have been Land Daddy. I'm not sure though. Some good shots. So IR-74 looks like they're about to start accumulating points, but 9th Sherwood now controlling all 3 almost.
Knight Sherwood clear C out, but we have Fistus and Magnus making a push from the woods. Otto's in the blown out barn near B. Land Daddy, that was a nice quick cap on A. Right now, Sherwood is controlling all 3 points. I'm not seeing a rally down for IR-74. I think they have given up on the rallies as of right now, after they lost the one that was over by C. So we will see if they get another rally down in one of these buildings behind the points.
Looks like Fistus tries to get the melee kill, but his sword hits the side of the wall, and Sherlock realized what happened. And unfortunately, Fistus doesn't get the kill there, the easy kill against Sherlock.
Hines just takes down Madagascar over A. Could be a point, and it looks like Knapp and Otto just cleared out the windmill at B. Floki's coming in to try to help out there. We'll see what happens there.
So if it looks like A and B are about to go to IR-74. Not sure how long though they'll have.
So we have two Sherwood and 2 IR-74 in the windmill. Martin and Floki, Otto and Knapp. We'll see how that goes out. Looks like Otto and Martin traded, so now it's Knapp and Floki alone in the windmill. But it looks like Knapp is coming down to the 2nd floor and just takes out Floki. So yes, IR-74 is accumulating points. However, Madagascar is over at A.
I was going to say, they're about to lose it, and now 9 Sherwood is accumulating points. Just going to be a little bit of back and forth right now. But you're right, I don't see any rallies from IR-74 currently, and IR-74 is not rally hunting 9th Sherwood, so 9th Sherwood is just able to spawn in easily and just walk on the points extremely quickly.
Land Daddy in the back, putting pressure on the spawn itself. It looks like he's trying to rally hunt, though. He's going in and out of buildings, trying to make sure that IR-74 does not have a rally.
I like him. It's very guerrilla-style tactics. He's just running around like a madman, trying to find the rally and take it down.
You know, that when you're rally hunting, that's kind of what you have to do.
Yeah.
You kind of have to just run around. You know, who cares if you die? And just go for it. Looks like we have a nice push on C side. Hines, Otto, and Fistus pushing to C.
Looks like Sherlock realizes what's happening, moving in with the. I think Sherlock actually does have the revolver. Goes in, manages to take down Fistus, but does not take down Otto, who is in there capping C as well. Hines looking behind C, still alive, but 9 Sherwood. It's all 9 Sherwood still
Sherlock
so
is,
far.
Yep, Sherlock is going in and just takes down Otto, who is holding down C for IR, or trying to cap that for IR.74.
Yeah, I mean, just going back to it, it's these quick spawns that are just like destroying IR.74 right now. 9 Sherwood is able just to get more bodies on the point quicker, while IR.74 is just unfortunately stuck running back from spawn when their friends are dying.
And 9 Sherwood just moved their rally about 15 feet into that long building, which gives them, you know, a 5-6 second advantage. And in this style of game, in this fast-paced 6v6 firefight game, seconds count. The second, you know, the 10-15 seconds it takes you to get in a fight from the main spawn versus the 5 seconds it takes you to get into the fight from a well-placed rally, it makes all the difference on map control and being able to go back and defend those points once a teammate goes down.
A little bit more of an aggressive rally from Sherlock now. He put the rally closer to the windmill. I think he feels confident they can have the rally be safe there and control it, but it looks like Fistus and Magnus are moving up into the windmill. Magnus taking down Martin, and it's going to be IR.74 controlling the windmill, and Knap is actually all by himself around A, but it looks like Land Daddy and Madagascar are going to take care of him.
Really interesting note on this rally. Yep, Nap just went down on A. Is that if IR.74 looks closely enough and are paying attention, they will see the flag of the rally somewhat poking out of the side of that building. So if they see that, they're gonna be able to take that rally down. But we will see if they're able to penetrate through 9 Sherwood.
It's hard. I mean, they aren't even able to get past the points essentially. I mean, they get on the point, they take it, and then they get snuffed out immediately by 9 Sherwood. I mean, right now what 9 Sherwood's doing, which I think is actually pretty effective, they do a bunch of... They essentially are running damage control. They control the points, and they're like, okay, A is being taken right now. Like, let's just like go towards A and just knock them out there. Because I think they know too, like IR.74, either, you know, they're capping individually where they only have one person capping at a time, so they feel confident if they come in a 2 or 3 person team, they'll just win the day. I mean, like for example on C, it was just Loki all by himself capping it, and then Floki and Madagascar went in.
Yeah, 9 Sherwood is doing a really good job of playing in pairs. They're always trying to push the advantage. They're not going in alone. Looks like Nap and Magnus are on A for IR.74, so they're going to get that cap. And hopefully they can hold it. B and C are still in 9 Sherwood's hands, and they are pushing towards the spawn, trying to keep IR.74 locked down. It looks like, yes, the rally is no longer in that building. Did it get taken down?
Looks like it might have been manually taken down.
So 9 Sherwood does not currently have a rally on the field, but I would imagine that is going to change shortly with the communication in the teams. Looks like Madagascar just got taken down by Otto and Fistus over at C. Looks like Nap is heading to A, and there's Land Daddy there waiting for him. Nap's not even looking that direction. One of the biggest things I've seen on this match is as IR.74 is approaching points and they see a 9 Sherwood player, Nap just takes it down Land Daddy. Now he needs to move into A. Is what IR.74 is doing is they're engaging 9 Sherwood players, giving away their position instead of sneaking in and trying to capture the point.
Yeah, they need to be a little more sneaky, you're right.
Right now, IR.74 actually has really good map control. 9 Sherwood was forced back without a rally. They replaced it in the longhouse, and we will see how this goes for him. We have 2 IR.74 in the windmill. Sherlock and Hines are fighting over at C. Loki's going over to help him out. Just misses Floki. And Otto and Nap are moving in to capture A. So we will see how this goes for him. We're nearing the point of no return, though. We're 540 to 58 in favor of 9 Sherwood.
Yeah, I think this is going to be wrapped up with a nice little bow by 9 Sherwood, which, I mean, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first time the French, at least in this Firefight game mode, have won a round on Freeze itself.
I believe so. Actually, no. I think the first time that we played 9 Sherwood... No,
we lost that. Yeah.
We lost that because didn't we test it out 2 other maps?
Yep, we did. So
I think this will be the first time that the French in the 6v6 firefight mode have won on freeze.
Props to them for coming in with a strategy and sticking to it. IR.74 unfortunately just couldn't get it together.
You know, I did see a lot of disorganization on IR.74 side. It would be interesting to hear what their comms were saying. And on this match, we saw a little bit of it, and I mentioned it on the first match. The biggest thing that I was seeing is IR.74 is concentrating too much on kills. Kills aren't going to help you win this game. Capturing the points will, you know, it takes a lot of discipline to play kind of like a rat. And there's Land Daddy clearing out A, taking 2 out.
Great shot. Great melee kills right there. The madman with the sword, or bayonet, sorry.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of discipline to fight kind of like a rat.
Yeah.
You know, we all play these games. We want to go get kills. We want to be engaged. But the competitive game mode for any game, be it Postscriptum, Beyond the Wire, Hell Let Loose, you can't be concentrated on the kills. It's teamwork. It's, you know, objective based. You got to capture those objectives. Sherlock with a great shot over on A to take out Nap, to hold it, and we're at 638. 58. It's in the bag for Sherwood.
It's definitely in the bag for Sherwood. Props to them for an absolute stomping by IR.74. Really impressive work by Ninth Sherwood so far. And, you know, I'm excited to see next week as well. I think they're playing PBS. I could be wrong, though.
I believe so.
I really need to. I gotta print out the. I gotta print out the schedule. I mean, I'm just like, yeah, I just live like 1 week at a time. You know, I don't need to look ahead.
Why would you need to look ahead, right here?
Yeah. But I think you're right. I think BR1 does play the developers next week. Redstone Interactive. So BR1 will play the developers, and then
IR.74 has a bye next week.
Okay.
So they have a week to kind of figure out their strategy and come back and put up a good fight when they actually play the developers on February 12th. The Ninth Sherwood Foresters will be playing Power Bits on February 6th, and Big Red 1 will be playing Redstone Interactive on February 5th. So tune in next week for those. Those are going to be 2 good games. Ninth Sherwood versus Power Bits. It'll be interesting to see how Power Bits changes their strategy, see if they learned anything. Right now, though, IR.74 is accumulating points.
Yeah, I think
they're fighting for pride here, and I like to see it.
First time in a while they were accumulating. I mean, I am color me shocked. I mean, I thought this would be a lot more back and forth, but you know, Ninth Sherwood did a great job. I mean, clearly they developed a strategy on the French side for this map. And execute it effectively. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, you come up with a game plan and you stick to it, and then also you have to adapt as well. So having that flexibility in the plan, but Ninth Sherwood just executed at a super high level today, and it's paying off, and they're going to walk away with 2 points for the table. So to remind everyone, we explained this in the match yesterday. If you haven't, you should watch it as well. But the way the tournament is structured is if you win 2 rounds straight and don't give a round to the other team, you get 2 points. If the match ends 2-1, then you only get a point as the winner. And then the person with the most points at the end, 2 top teams with the most points at the end play in a championship playoff, which will be exciting to see. So, Ninth Sherwood walking away with 2 points, BR1 walking away with 2 points. Currently the 2 leaders so far in the tournament. And then next week we'll see the developers come in, because this week the developers didn't play with the bye week. So they got a week 1 bye, which good for them. They got to, you know, take a vacation and keep working on the game. But you know, next weekend they'll be in the shit, man. You know.
You know, it's an advantage and a disadvantage to have that first week bye. You're able to watch.
Yeah.
You're able to watch, and that's a really aggressive rally.
I think Sherlock just said F it and was like, yeah, we know we're gonna win. Like, let's just put a rally right here, have some fun.
But having that bye first week has the advantage of being able to watch the VODs and watch these matches and kind of form a strategy. But at the same time, watching and playing are 2 completely different things.
Yeah.
You know, and there goes a rally. IR.74 just blew that one up. But I think the more of an advantage is kind of like what IR.74 is going to have, which is, and they are still accumulating points, fighting for pride at this point, is that they played a match, they got a feel for how the game mode works, and now they have 2 weeks before they play again, which gives them plenty of time to get strategy and practice it. So it'll be interesting to see what IR.74 comes out with in their next match. And I'm really interested to see how PowerBits comes out against Knight Sherwood next week to see if they made any adjustments.
I do have to say I am in their Discord and I saw the Beyond the Wire chat, and they are upping their game. They already have strategy conversations going. They have, not that I can see, I just saw that they're talking about secretly, obviously on a forum, but they have strategy conversations. They're looking at all the different maps that are available as well and formulating strategies around there. So it's going to be interesting to see how PBS really escalates their game and changes it up. So IR.74, will they do the same? We don't know. There's time will tell, but at least they have an extra week next week to really try and figure it out.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how these teams who are new to this game mode, IR.74 and PBS, are going to come back during their next match and see if they change strategies. See if IR.74 starts using more rallies and starts rally hunting. If they decide to break into teams, there's a lot of variables there, and we'll see. And then we'll see how Knight Sherwood and BR1 react to these strategies that start coming out of these other teams.
Exactly. It's all like, give and take, who's doing what. It'll be once we get to the end of the tournament, which is, goes through all the month of February. Once we get to the end of the tournament, it's going to be great to see how far each team has come and how much each team has learned about the game.
Yeah, it will be fantastic to see that. I'm really excited. However this ends up, if BR1 wins it all, that'd be fantastic. I'm a little biased there. But I'm just excited to get this exposure for the game. Beyond the Wire is a fantastic game. Getting the devs involved in the tournament is huge as well.
100%, yeah.
Having that dev engagement, especially as a player, is fantastic. I love, getting out on the battlefield and fighting with the devs.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually played, as far as I know, with any other developers for any other game besides Beyond the Wire. Props to them obviously for doing that. That's obviously a big deal. Much less a tournament. They get a team for this tournament. It's gonna be awesome. So hopefully we'll see great stuff from them as well. I mean, they probably each of them at least have thousands of hours in the game of actual playtime just from developing and playing it. So, I mean, I'm definitely, I know we talked about this before, but I'm definitely worried they're going to win the whole thing, but with 5 seconds to go, Knight Sherwood getting the W against IR.74. Great stuff from IR7, from both teams, but Knight Sherwood just winning the day. So, Matt, back in the flyover cam, face to camera. What do you think IR.74 needs to do heading into their week 4 matchup, or sorry, week 3 matchup?
I think there's 3 big things that they need to do. I think the first thing that they need to do is take a look at the maps for both sides and try to figure out good rally spots. I think that was a huge detriment for them not having those rallies. It really slowed down their spawn waves and their ability to react to Knight Sherwood's pushes. Second thing I think they need to do is they need to learn to play like a rat, for lack of a better term, right? I mean,
I like how you took that term. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The biggest thing there is if you have let's say on freeze, those ruins, and you're heading to it and there's nobody there, but then you see an opposing team member going into the windmill at B, don't open fire and give away your position.
Yep.
Get into the ruins, get undercover, start that cap, and start trying to accumulate points or stop the accumulation of points for the other team.
Yep, exactly.
The third thing would be a little bit more aggression, to be honest with you. We saw it in the first match. They didn't spawn in right away. They didn't get spread out across that waiting line to start that push. They did a little bit better of a job on the second go of it. But still, if you look at what Knight Sherwood was doing, they already would have a rally down. They already had players spread out to get those points immediately, where it looked like IR.74 is concentrating too much on one point to start.
Yep.
So I think those are the 3 keys: more aggression, rallies, and rally hunting. Right, rally hunting is going to be really important for them.
Yep.
And knowing when and when not to engage an enemy player. I think those are going to be the 3 keys for them coming up in 2 weeks.
Well,
And
hopefully,
we'll see if they're able to do it. I would love to see them.
hopefully they drink Matador's Kool-Aid and they're able to take his advice. But we'll see in week 3 when their next match is. And then obviously, thank you guys so much for joining us today for the second match of the weekend with Knight Sherwood and IR.74. Tune back in next weekend for week 2, where we have some great matches coming up, and we're excited to have you. So feel free to join anytime in the stream. For now, though, signing off, it's Viper and Matador, and thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys. Have a great one.